Alright, so I guess we've returned back to where we were from the very beginning. I believe, if I remember correctly, this is the very first scene that we had when we started up the game. Or, well, the visual novel. The wind is strong today. The clouds drift, and the moon appears for a brief moment. The silver light that shines into the shed lights up the girl in knightly form. And we were about to be killed, but we were saved. Once again. I'm speechless. Not because I'm confused by the sudden turn of events. I'm at a loss for words because of this girl's overwhelming beauty. Was that all you're thinking about, Shiro? The girl stares at me emotionlessly, with her jewel-like eyes. Anata wa master. Or how did she say it? I forgot. I asked of you, are you my master? Anata wa watashi wa master? I can't. Well, anyway, ignoring my bad Japanese, she says in a valiant voice, Master? I only repeat back her words. I don't know who she is or what she's talking about. All I know is that this small girl is the same kind of being as the man outside. He that small? He doesn't look that small. To me, anyway. The girl says nothing and just stares at me silently. How can I put this? The figure in front of me is so special that I forget the situation. The man outside could come and attack at any second. It feels like time has stopped just around me. The fear of death has disappeared, and only this girl fills my vision. Saber. She speaks again. The instant I hear the words master and servant, a pain shoots through my left hand. It's like a hot iron has been placed on my hand. I grab my hand instinctively. That must have been the signal, as the girl quietly nods her lovely face. Still just thinking about how beautiful she is. Even I have some knowledge of magic. I understand what that word means. But the girl doesn't answer me and looks away with the same grace she had when she nodded. She looks at the door of the shed. There stands the man, his lance ready in his hand. She moves faster than I can think. The knightly girl leaps out of the shed without hesitation. I get up and follow the girl, even forgetting the pain in my body. There's no way that girl will be a match for him. Is there? I mean, is there not? She deflected the first attack pretty well. Pretty sure. Even armored like that, she's a girl smaller than me. Again, size, Shiro. I mean, does size matter? Especially when it comes to magic and supernatural beings. My words are silenced by the sound. I can't believe my eyes. This time, my head really goes blank. The sound of weapons. The moon is hidden behind the clouds, and the yard has returned to its original darkness. In it, sparks are born from steel hitting steel. The lance-wielding man wordlessly attacks the girl who jumped out of the shed. The girl parries the blow of the lance and knocks away all following attacks, driving the man back with every blow. I can't believe it. The girl called Saber is overpowering that man. The battle has begun. What happened between me and him earlier wasn't a battle. A battle is a fight between two people who can kill each other. Whatever the difference in skills, if each has a way to kill the other, then you can call it a battle. Their fight is a battle in that sense too. The man's lance, I couldn't even see, is thrown with even more power. But the girl parries it with a thing in her hands and closes in on the man. The thing in her hands? The man retreats a bit. He holds his lance vertically to protect his ribs as the girl goes for them. Because the thing in her hand is this thing. For a moment, the man's lance glows. It was a blow like an explosion. I guess it really was one. The instant the man blocks the thing the girl's holding, the lance in his hand glows as if electrified. The man and even I can tell what that is. That is a force of magical energy so strong that it's visible. In each of the girl's blows is a terrible amount of magical energy. An outrageous amount of magical energy is penetrating the opponent's weapon just by touching it. Such a thing, it would take such force just to block it. If you think of the man's lance as an accurate sniper rifle, the blows of the girl are like those of a powerful shotgun. I guess so, I mean, weird comparisons, but every time the girl swings, the yard is filled with light. But that isn't what's overpowering the man. The man complains while avoiding the girl's fierce attacks. The girl doesn't answer, but only attacks even more with a thing in her hands. Let's call it a thing. The man retreats with not even a chance for a counterattack, because the girl's weapon is invisible. As he cannot sense her range, it would be careless to attack recklessly. Yes, it is invisible. The girl definitely has something in her hand, but as you can't see what shape it is nor how long it is, you can't tell anything about it. Perhaps it's totally invisible, as it does not show up even when sparks fly off from it. The man must be having a hard time defending against it, as his moves aren't as sharp. And the girl lets out a voice for the first time. She swings her weapon with more fury. A storm of swings without pause. The flying sparks remind me of a blacksmith hitting iron. The lance-wielding man blocks them, clucking his tongue. I must say I admire his skills even though he tried to kill me. The man is blocking invisible blows, watching only the opponent's legs and arms. But that's it. You only need to beat down someone who's gone defensive. As if to say so, the girl steps even closer to the man and delivers a blow with all her might, as if smashing him down. He must see this as his opportunity as the man disappears. Well, no, he jumped back, making it look like he disappeared. The girl's blow cuts through air and destroys the ground, kicking up dust. The blow, swung as a final one, was easily dodged. I can even tell from a distance. I don't know about the careful blows from before, but such a big blow won't be able to touch that man. Fuck, why are you calling her an idiot? He's the one with the sword. Or I assume it's a sword. It looks like it's a sword. Even that man's body must have been straining under all those attacks. But he suppressed it for an instant and jumped away. As if this blow will determine the victor. The man who jumped back several meters away jumps as soon as he lands. As if reversing his retreat, he jumps at the girl. In contrast, the girl still has her sword in the ground. That opening is irrevocable. How do you say that word? Irrevocable? Irrevocable. The red lance returns in less than a second, and the girl twirls her body with the sword still in the ground. So the contest lasts less than a second. The man sees his mistake and tries to hold back, while the girl uses her whole body to execute her blow. Man blown away and the girl who blew him away both seem discontent. They each launch their blows to kill each other. Even if they allowed them to escape immediate danger, they were worthless. Their distance opens. The two stare at each other silently.
どうしたランサー？止まっていては僧兵の名が泣こう。そちらが来ないのなら私が行くが。
わざわざ死にに来るか。それは構わんが、その前に一つだけ聞かせろ。貴様の宝具、それは剣か。
The man glares, as if staring right into her heart.
さあどうかな。
No, it's not a sword, it's...
旋風かもしれぬし、双剣かもしれぬ。いや、もしや弓かもしれんぞ、ランサー。
Yes, it's obviously a bow.
抜かせセイバー。
Perhaps it's really funny for him. The man, the one called Lancer, lowers his lance. It looks like he's indicating that he doesn't want to fight anymore. The girl is puzzled by Lancer's action. But I know that stance. It was used in that fight a few hours ago in the schoolyard. It's the fatal move that was supposed to have ended the show.
ついでにもう一つ聞くがな。お互い初見だしよ。ここらで分けって気はないか。悪い話じゃないだろう。そら、あそこでほうけているお前のマスターは使い物にならんし、俺のマスターとて姿を晒せねえ大ふぬけときた。ここはお互い万全の状態になるまで勝負を持ち越した方が好ましいんだが。
断る。あなたはここで倒れろ、ランサー。
Oh, the attempt at diplomacy fails.
そうかよ。たく、こっちはもともと様子見が目的だったんだぜ。サーバントが出たとあっちゃ、長居する気はなかったんだが。
It seems like the air around them distorted. Lancer lowers his stance. A chill runs through the air at that moment. It's exactly like back then. The magical energy rumbles in the whirlpool, centered on that lance. The girl readies her apparent sword and glares at the enemy in front of her. The girl facing the enemy knows better than I how dangerous he is.
じゃあな、その心臓もらい受ける。
The beast jumps. Lancer instantly appears in front of the girl as if he teleported in. Thrusts his lance at the girl's feet. It was a bad move, even to my eyes. With the lance already lowered, it wouldn't be effective to aim low at the girl. To prove my point, the girl jumps over the lance and moves forward to slash Lancer away. At that moment, with words themselves charged with magical energy, Gay Bog. The lance thrust at the girl's feet rushes towards her heart. Nani? Her body rises into the air. The girl is driven up into the air by the blow of the lance, and she crashes down. No, lands on the ground. She's bleeding. The girl who hasn't even received a scratch so far is bleeding badly from her chest.
呪詛。いや、今のは因果の逆転か。
I'm surprised too. No, since I saw it from a distance, I can tell better than her that the attack just now was a strange one. You know, you always keep saying that I don't know. I can tell better than her. I mean, I assume it's not so much a superiority thing, because I keep thinking Shiro keeps underestimating Saber. I feel like, you know, calling her tiny, calling her an idiot, now saying that he can tell better than her about an attack she received personally. I don't know. I feel Shiro's underestimating her, even though she's way stronger than her. She's way stronger than him anyway. The lance was definitely aimed at her feet, but it suddenly changed its course, moving strangely in an impossible direction and pierced the girl's heart. But I guess what he means is that he can see, he saw the attack, you know, with a better field of view. Not so much that he knows better. But the lance itself has not grown or bent. It looks so natural that it makes one think that the lance was already in her heart, and for that reason, it's strange. It's not as simple as the lance changing its course and piercing her heart. The lance did not change its course, but changed the means so that the result would be so. Yes, reversal of causality. How do you say it? The reversal of cause. Causality. Anyway, the lance thrust with the name carried the result of piercing her heart as a premise. In other words, the process and the result were reversed. As long as there was a result of the lance piercing her heart, the course of the lance was merely something added later to prove that fact. Yes, the result happened before the method. An evil thorn that breaks through all defenses. A lance that pierces the heart every time it's used. A weapon that determines your fate just by its use. How can anyone block such a ridiculous attack? You know, this reminds me... Isn't this ideal of reversing, like, cause and result and method, I feel like it's been used in another anime. Wasn't it JoJo that used that as well? Anyway, I don't remember though. I haven't really watched JoJo, and I know a little bit about it. Anyway, however the enemy tries to however the enemy tries to dodge it, the lance will pierce their heart without fail. That's why this move is fatal. A cursed lance that always pierces the opponent with one thrust. And Shiro is he just knows all this just by looking at the attack. But the girl has evaded it by a small margin. That's impossible. You can't do that. I guess if she didn't evade it, she would be dead by now, but whatever. She's wounded, but it was not a fatal blow. In a sense, her actions were more impossible than the lance. The instant the lance was thrust, she turned and jumped back with all her might, as if she knew this was going to happen. Either she had incredible luck, or enough divine protection to nullify the curse of the lance. Ah yes, plot armor. Either way, she avoided the fatal blow and sullied the Lance's name. I guess it did not pierce her heart, even though the idea is that it already pierced her heart the moment the lance is thrust. But she just did not hit her heart because she's just incredibly lucky, I guess. Or rather, well, we were told that maybe she knew it was coming, so maybe, I don't know, maybe she has some precognition as well? You know, being able to tell the future immediately. So if you know, like, that's weird, right? So if there's an attack that happens already before it happens, but you can also tell the future, so you know that's happening before it happens, so you try to evade it by knowing it happened before it happens, so you do something that changes the course of action and the result by doing something that is already happening, but rather doing something different than what's already happened. You know? I don't know. It's complicated. The blood that was running so much has stopped, and even her stab wound is healing. I guess that's extraordinary. I knew she wasn't normal, but still, that's too strange. Like her skills to fight against Lancer, like the incredible magical energy in each of her blows, and like her body that heals by itself, this girl clearly surpasses Lancer. But that was only up to now. Even if it's healing, her wound is deep. If Lancer attacks her now, she'll be defeated without even being able to defend herself. But with this overwhelming advantage, Lancer doesn't move. He glares at the girl, grinding his teeth so hard that I can hear it. A voice that seems to echo from the ground. Lancer frowns. His hostility disappears and he plucks his tongue in annoyance. I guess his true name is revealed. The pressure goes away. Lancer doesn't even attack the wounded girl and simply turns his back and moves to the edge of the yard.
どちらかが消えるまでやり合うのがサーバントのセオリーだが、あいにくうちの雇い主は臆病者でな。槍が交わされたのなら帰ってこいなんて抜かしやがる。
逃げるのか、ランサー。
ああ、追ってくるのなら構わんぞセイバー。ただし、その時は決死の覚悟を抱いてこい。
With one bound, Lancer easily jumps over the wall and disappears. Well, it's a good thing that his master... I mean, technically it's a good thing his master's a coward, because if he did continue the fight, as Shiro said, apparently Saber would be defeated. And if the Saber's defeated, then we're defeated. Or rather killed, as well. Though I do wonder, would she be defeated if the fight continued? That's just Shiro's opinion, right? Because Saber's technically the strongest servant, right? As we're told. Like, does she have any other abilities? You know, she hasn't revealed that, I don't think. The wounded girl starts running to pursue the enemy. She's stupid. Again, I don't know. Why are you calling the supernatural being that surpasses you in every way a baka? I feel you're underestimating her. I run through the yard with all my strength. The girl will go after him if I don't stop her instantly. But there was no need for that. When the girl tries to jump over the wall, she clenches her chest and stops. And I guess that blow was pretty lethal. I run to her and stare at her. Now I try to approach her to call out to her, but I forget about it the instant I come near her. To put it simply, everything about her is absurd. Especially the little ohage she has on her hair. It's so anime. Anyway, now that I'm near her, I can tell that the shining armor she wears is really heavy. The old-fashioned cloth is smooth, a vivid blue. No, that isn't what fascinates me. Girl, who seems to be a few years younger than me, is beautiful. Again, Shiro, this is all you're thinking about? The golden hair lit by the moonlight is finely textured, as if sprinkled with gold dust. The face, with some sign of naivety, has elegance, and her white skin looks soft. I can't call out to her because I'm fascinated by her beauty, and also for another reason. Because seeing the girl fighting and getting hurt somehow made me mad. All the while I'm fascinated with her, the girl has her hand on her chest, but that ends quickly. The girl lets her chest go and looks up as if the pain has gone away. She stares directly at me. I'm not sure how I should talk to her, but I notice something about her. Even though it missed her heart, a lance stabbed her in the chest, but she's unscathed. I've heard of healing magics, but I didn't see her using anything like that. That must mean she automatically heals even when she's wounded. Then my brain switches gear. This is no time to be fascinated by this waifu. She is a strange being. I can't let my guard down until I know what she is. I take half a step back and ask her.
何者も何もセーバーのサーバントです。あなたが私を呼び出したのですから確認をするまでもないでしょう。セイバーのサーバント。はい。ですから私のことはセーバーと。
Yorishiku, Saber. She replies without hesitation. Her tone is polite yet gentle, and just hearing it makes my head go blank. Hey, what am I getting excited about? Yeah, what are you getting excited about, Shiro? You almost died. And all you're thinking about is unnecessary things. I hide my burning face with my hand and reply really stupidly. I don't know what else to say. I wouldn't know of any such thing to say. Since I asked her name, isn't it natural for her to introduce herself? In that case, it would be impolite to stay silent like this. What am I doing? Are my answers getting stupider? I think you're getting stupider. Shiro. But she told me her name, so I should answer too. I know I'm confused right now, but I have to be polite no matter who it is. The girl, Saber, just stares at me without changing her expression.
今のはなしだ。聞きたいのはそういうことでなくて、つまりだな。
分かっています。あなたは正規のマスターではないのですね。
ね。
しかし、それでもあなたは私のマスターです。契約を交わした以上、あなたを裏切りはしない。そのように警戒する必要はありません。
I guess Shiro's just getting more and more confused because he does not know about the Holy Grail War. Crap. I can hear her words, but they make no sense to me. Because I didn't play the prologue that explained everything. As Shiro. All I know is that she's calling me for a ridiculous word like master.
それは違う。俺マスターなんて名前じゃないぞ。
それでは素人。ええ、私としてはこの発音の方が好ましい。
As soon as she says my name, I think my face lit up on fire. Shouldn't you call someone by their last name on the first meeting? I guess, yeah, again, in Japan. In Japanese culture, you usually don't say someone's first name. You don't address them by their first name if you're not close to them, you know? I wonder if she's... I wonder if she's Japanese. It would make sense if she isn't Japanese, she just calls someone by their first name anyway. And again, we're speaking in Japanese, right? So, I mean, I don't know. It gets confusing. Because I remember... Actually, what did they say? I remember, what was it? I think they already said it that... Actually, let me go back and check. I don't want to say anything that is wrong. Ireland's Man of Light, right? So I assume the Lancer is Irish of some sort. So I assume these heroic spirits aren't just Japanese. Oh, how do I... Oh, okay. It was transitioning to this picture, apparently. I thought it kind of glitched because it stayed like black screen, but it is now focused on his hand. The back of my hand is burning. On my left hand is a strange mark that looks like a tattoo.
それは霊樹と呼ばれるものです、シロ。
A command spell.
私たちサーバントを律する3つの命令権であり、マスターとしての命でもある。むやみな使用は避けるように。
お前。
シロ、傷の治療を。
She speaks in a cold voice. It seems her attention is on something far away, behind the wall, and not on me.
待て、まさか俺に言ってるのか。悪いけど、そんな難しい魔術は知らないし、それにもう治ってるじゃないか、それ。
What a useless master. Saber frowns a bit. I think I said something really wrong there.
ではこのままで臨みます。自動修復は外面を覆っただけですが、あと一度の戦闘ならば支障はないでしょう。
So she's not fully healed.
あと一度って何を？
外の敵は2人。この程度の重圧なら数秒で倒し得る相手です。
Saying so, Saber jumps lightly. Just like Lancer, she leaps over the wall and disappears outside. I'm left alone in the yard.
外に敵？
As soon as I say it aloud, I realize what it means.
ちょっと待て、まだ戦うっていうのか、お前。
Again, you're calling Saber stupid, but you're pretty slow as well, Hiro. My body starts to move. Without thinking, I run to the gate with full force. I run to the gate, unlock it with trembling hands, and jump outside. I search through the dark. The moon is hidden, now of all times, but it's completely dark. But I hear something nearby. I run to the small road with no sign of anyone on it. It all happens in an instant. Saber is confronting a familiar guy in red. Familiar? I mean, I know, we know who this is, the guy in red, but does Shiro know? Saber runs the man in red without hesitation, takes his guard down with one blow, and decapitates. But not really. Easily slashes the man in red. Saber raises her arm to finish him off, but right before the man in red's neck is slashed, he disappears as a powerful magic is cast. Saber doesn't stop. She dashes to the person behind the man in red and easily cuts off the large spell the person launches. I knew she was strong, but this is overwhelming. A spell right now was at a level of intervention magic that I cannot even compare to. Father could use one as strong as that, but to cast a natural intervention of that power instantly, I don't think even a first-class magus could do so. A saber nullified even that master-class magic. It's overpowered. The man must be a magus, or the enemy rather. The enemy must be a magus, as the match is decided right there. The magus's attacks are no use against Saber, and she mercilessly attacks the magus. A sound of someone falling backwards. The magus has miraculously dodged Saber's blow, but the enemy now cannot move. Saber corners the enemy and points her invisible sword. My mind freezes, probably because the moon lights up the scene for an instant. I can tell that the figure Saber is pointing at is human. I can't tell who it is, but the image of Saber killing someone and getting splattered with blood pops into my head. Saber moves. She'll pierce the enemy's throat with a thing in her hand.
Yamero! Saber!
Yamero! I scream as loud as I can. Her sword stops. Thank God I can't see her sword. The end of her invisible sword isn't wet with the enemy's blood.
Yamero! 頼むからやめてくれ。Saber!
I addressed her, glaring, preparing myself to do my best to stop her. I don't think you can stop her. Yourself, anyway.
なぜ止めるのです、シロ。彼女はアーチャーのマスターです。ここで仕留めておかなければ。
Or at least, well, she is stopped. We can't stop her physically anyway. No, Saber has no intention of stopping. She only stopped because I said so, and she's ready to bring her sword down at any time.
だから待てって。人のことをマスターだとか言ってるけど、こっちは点でわからないんだ。俺をそんな風に呼ぶんなら、少しは説明するのが筋ってもんだろ
う。Saber doesn't answer. She only stares at me in silence.
順番が違うだろう、セイバー。俺はまだお前が何なのか知らない。けど話してくれるなら聞くから、そんなことはやめてくれ。
Saber is silent. Still pointing her sword at the fallen enemy, she looks at me discontentedly.
そんなこととはどのようなことか。あなたはむやみに人を傷つけるな、などという理想論を挙げるのですか。
え？
Not hurting anyone unnecessarily? Well, it is true that we should avoid fights as much as possible, but I'm not so good-natured as to release someone who came to attack me.
つまりあなたは敵であれ命を絶つなと言いたいのでしょう。そのような言葉には従いません。敵は倒すものです。それでもやめろというのであれば、令状を持って私を律しなさい。
Fair enough.
いや、そんなことっていうのはお前のことだ。女の子が剣なんて振り回すもんじゃない。怪我をしてるならなおさらだろう。
Again with the underestimating.
で、そっか。本当に剣を持ってるかどうかはわからないんだっけ。いや、とにかくそういうのはダメだ。
You've seen her fight, right, Shiro? I don't know why you're saying this. Saber looks dumbfounded, as if taken aback. How long we were standing like that?
ね、いつになったら剣を下げてくれるのかしらね、セイバーさんは。
What's up, Red? The figure on the ground suddenly speaks. Saber suddenly concentrates her attention on her sword.
諦めなさい。敵を前にして下げる剣はありません。
あなたのマスターは下げろって言ってるのに。へえ、セイバーとマーロンサーバントが主に逆らうって言うんだ。
Saber grits her teeth. But Saber lowers her sword and relaxes. Saber's hostility disappears, so she must have put away her sword as well.
さ、なら立ってもいいのよね、私。
The one on the ground stands up. She looks shameless, brushing her rear. Hey, wait a second. That sulky person is definitely
お前遠坂
Tosaka-rin.
ええ。こんばんは、エミヤくん。
And she's quite calm in the situation. Wasn't she just fearing for her life? Just before she was, well, supposedly about to be killed by Saber, but now she's completely fine. I guess that's Tosaka-rin for you. She replies with a big smile. Now that gets me. If she greets me normally like that, everything that happened up to now seems like a dream. I won't know what's what anymore.
ああ、いや、だからさっきの魔術は遠坂が使ったってことだから、つまり
魔術師ってことでしょ。まあ、お互い似たようなもんだし、隠す必要もないわよね。
Yeah, we don't. I mean, I was wondering about that. We're technically a magic user, the same as Rin, right? So I don't know why we were considered a witness and almost killed. Well, we were killed by Lancer, right? But then again, if I remember correctly, I mean, we're a magic user, but we're not a magus. So we're not like officially registered in the Magic Association, right? So which means even if we were a magic user, we'd still be considered a witness, I guess, because we can't prove to other magic users that we're officially a magus or anything like that. But I guess Rin knows. I wonder to what extent does she know? When she replies clearly like that, it makes me seem stupid for asking.
いいから話は中でしましょう。どうせ何も分かってないんでしょ、エミヤくんは。
And she's being quite polite. Moment. So saying, she walks toward the entrance.
待て遠坂、何考えてんだお前。
And then, she turns, and the smile on her face isn't like the previous one.
バカね、いろいろ考えてるわよ。だから話をしようって言ってるんじゃない。エミヤくん、突然の事態に驚くのもいいけど、素直に認めないと命取りって時もあるのよ。ちなみに今がその時だと分かって。
Basically, stop being a clueless main protagonist and hurry up and get with the program. She glares at me.
分かればよろしい。それじゃあ行こっか。エミヤくんのお家にね。
Tosaka goes through the gate.
なんかすげえ怒ってるぞ、あいつ。
Really? It's only natural. He had a sword pointing at her until now, and she was almost killed.
いや、それにしたって。
Is it just my imagination, or is she totally unlike how she seems at school? So I'm in a strange situation. In front of me is the school's #1 idol whom I admire, Tosaka-rin. And following silently behind me is Saber, who calls herself a servant. You know, isn't it always like a trope that one of the heroines, especially in the visual novel, is always like the school's #1 idol, like the most popular girl in school, and apparently we happen to interact with her? I don't know. I guess just because. The hallway suddenly feels like a different dimension. But I can't be a coward forever. I'm a magus, even if I'm just an amateur. Tosaka-rin, a magus just like me, is acting so fearlessly, so I have to act firmly too. But I can only work out a few things. First, about Saber, who's following me. I'm sure that she's some kind of a familiar, because she calls me a master. I've made a contract with her. I hear that a familiar is some kind of an assistant from Magus. Most magi transfer a part of their body into something and summon it as another self. For the other self, a magus usually uses a small animal. That's simply because it's easy to take over the mind of something like a cat or a dog. Take over the mind of something like a cat or a dog? Isn't that animal abuse? You know? Some magi use a human as their familiar, but they need enough magical energy to restrain a human at all times if they do such a thing. But if one constantly uses enough magical energy to control someone, it will take most of the Magus's magical energy to sustain the familiar. But that would be putting the cart before the horse. A familiar is something that assists the Magus. To reduce the burden on the Magus, it is commonly accepted that small animals are most suitable. So I've been taught, but...
何かあるのですか、シオ。
ああ、いや、なんでもない。
Saber looks human no matter how you look at her, and she is clearly superior to me, her master. I don't have the magical energy to control such a person, and more than that, I don't even have the magic circuit to summon a familiar. Very strange. So Saber must be something rather unlike a familiar. He said she is a servant. I don't know what that is, but I think the man called Lancer and the man in red of Tosaka were the same thing. Then it must be that Tosaka is also called a master. I just saw her magic skills. If I'm worth half a magus, she's worth about 3 magi. Though, of course, there's no point in comparing me to other magi when I can only use strengthening magic. Anyway, Tosaka is an amazing magus. In any spiritually superior land is a family of magi that looks after that land. The Amiya family only came to this land in Kiritsugu's generation, so we're just strangers. That's why I didn't know that the Tosakas were magi. I don't think Tosaka knew that the Emiyas were family of magi either. There are several magi in this town that I don't know about. If Lancer is the familiar of another magus in this town, does that mean I stuck my head into a conflict between magi?
へえ、結構広いのね。和風っていうのも新鮮だな。あ、エミヤくん、そこが今？
This house is pretty big, even for her. I mean, she lives in a big mansion too, right? So... Well, let's stop thinking for now. Let's just listen to Tosaka's story. Wait. I turned the lights on. It's already past 1 in the morning. It's my bedtime.
何よ、窓ガラス全開してるじゃない。
仕方ないだろ。ランサーってやつに襲われたんだ。なりふり構ってられなかったんだよ。
ああ、そういうこと。じゃあ、セイバーを呼び出すまで一人であいつとやり合ってたの？
やり合ってなんかない。ただ一方的にやられただけだ。
It was quite one-sided.
変な見え張らないんだ。そっかそっか。ほんと見た目通りなんだ、エミヤくんって。
Tosaka walks over to the broken window. Tosaka takes a piece of the shattered glass, takes a look at it, and... She cuts the tip of her finger and puts a drop of her blood into the glass. What kind of magic is this? The shattered glass combines on its own and restores itself in a matter of seconds. Well, thanks. You saved some money on repairs.
遠坂、今の。
ちょっとしたデモンストレーションよ。助けてもらったお礼にはならないけど、一応筋は通しておかないとね。
Saving you? I mean, I guess it's kind of partly our fault though, because Saber attacked you in the first place. But didn't you save our lives? If I remember correctly. With a pendant, anyway.
私がやらなくともそっちで直したんだろうけど、こんなの魔力の無駄遣いでしょ？本当なら窓ガラスなんて取り替えれば済むけど、こんな寒い中で話すのもなんだし。
She says so as if it's something natural. But needless to say, her skills are beyond my understanding.
いや、すごいぞ遠坂。俺はそんなことできないからな。直してくれて感謝してる。
できないってそんなことないでしょ。
Maybe she did say like she instantly recognized us as a magic user, but well, I think she's overestimating us.
ガラスの扱いなんて初歩の初歩だもの。たった数分前に割れたガラスの修復なんてどこの学派でも入門試験みたいなものでしょ。
そうなのか。俺は親父にしか教わったことがないから、そういう基本とか処方とか知らないんだ。
は？
Tosaka freezes. Damn it. It seems I said something I shouldn't have.
ちょっと待って。じゃあ何？エミヤ君は自分の工房の管理もできない半人前ってこと？
いや、工房なんて持ってないぞ、俺。
Well, I do have that shed as my training area, but I think Tosaka would get mad if I call that my workshop.
まさかとは思うけど確認しとく。もしかしてあなた5大要素の扱いとかパスの作り方も知らない？
A pass? I honestly admit that I don't know. Just really bad at this magic thing. Wow, that's scary. She's so beautiful usually, but she looks pretty scary now.
何？じゃああなた素人？
そんなことないぞ。一応強化の魔術ぐらいは使える。
強化ってまたなんとも半端なのを使うのね。で、それ以外はからっきしってわけ？
Tosaka glares at me.
まあ、端的に言えば、多分。
And well, I can at least use strengthening magic. I mean, that's very recently, right? Before the fight, well, I guess fight, with the Lancer, we couldn't actually do any magic at all, really. Well, I mean, actually, I said that. I mean, Shiro said that, but you can still do a couple of things. You know, he said he can't do elementary stuff, but like, for example, he can put magical energy into his eyes and see very far, and he can like feel the structure within objects. That's another thing he can do. I wonder if there's some other things, like a few other things that he can do that he says like, oh, I can't do magic. But he can, technically, you know, more than a normal human. The glare makes my answer vague.
はあ、なんだってこんなやつにセイバーが呼び出されるのよ。まったく。
Cause I'm the main character, Rin. She sighs. It makes me mad. I haven't been playing around. I know I'm an amateur, but I don't think it matters right now.
まあいいわ。もう決まったことに不平をこぼしても始まらない。そんなことより今は借りを返さないと。
Tosaka takes a breath.
それじゃあ話を始めるけど、エミヤ君、自分がどんな立場にあるのか分かってないでしょ。
And again, she says paying off a debt. I mean, she saved our lives before. I guess she just feels responsible for Emiya, I think, because technically, when she revived us, she was supposed to like put him in a safe place, but then she just left him there to be killed again by Lancer. So I think that's why she feels a little guilty about that. I nod. Don't know anything about the
やっ
situation.
ぱり。まあ一目で分かったけど、一応確認しとかないとね。知ってる相手に説明するなんて心の贅肉だし。
I think that was a weird phrase, but I stay quiet, as I think she'll beat me up if I make fun of her now.
率直に言うと、エミヤ君はマスターに選ばれたの。どちらかの手に成功があるでしょ。手の甲とか腕とか、個人差はあるけど、3つの霊樹が刻まれているはず。それがマスターとしての証よ。
手の甲って、あ、これか。
And if I remember correctly, didn't we have some sort of, I don't know, I can't remember. Was it like a cut or a wound of some sort running from our shoulders to our hand? Was it the command spell?
そう。それはサーバントを律する呪文でもあるから大切にね。 霊樹って言うんだけど、それがある限りはサーバントを従えていられるわ。
At least before we actually had the command spell itself. You know, before we even summoned Saber.
ある限りってどういうことだよ。
霊樹は絶対命令権なの。サーバントには自由意志があるって気づいていると思うけど、それをねじ曲げて絶対に言いつけを守らせる呪文がその刻印。
Yeah, when we have 3 and we use it all, then a servant may choose not to listen to you anymore because you have no power over them. And also, Rin has command spells too, right? Is it on her left? If it's on her left hand, it will be here, right? But we don't see anything. Or is it over here? I don't know. Or maybe it's just conveniently covered. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe it's just not drawn.
発動に呪文は必要なくて、あなたが霊樹を使用するって思えば発動するから。ただし、1回使うたびに1つずつ減っていくから、使うのなら2回だけにとどめなさい。
Yeah, even though you have 3, you shouldn't use all of them.
で、その霊樹がなくなったら、エミヤ君は殺されるだろうから、せいぜい注意して。
俺が殺される？
そうよ。マスターが他のマスターを倒すのが聖杯戦争の基本だから。そうして他の6人を倒したマスターには望みを叶える聖杯が与えられるの。
Nani? Oh, hold on. I don't understand what Tosuka is talking about at all. Like the part about masters killing other masters? And the part where the winner gets a holy grail? Wait, does she mean that holy grail?
まだわからない。要するにね、あなたはあるゲームに巻き込まれたのよ。
Ah, yes, a game.
聖杯戦争っていう7人のマスターの生存競争。他のマスターを一人残らず倒すまで終わらない魔術師同士の殺し合いに。
Ah, yes, a battle royale. We drop in on parachutes and there's a big circle that encircles us. It gets closer and smaller and we have to kill each other until there's only one last person standing. Yes, no. I wonder actually, would like a traditional, you know, battle royale work in a Fate universe? Is that a thing that could happen? And again, usually it's like 7 masters, right? Usually, well, battle royale games, at least presently, usually it's a lot of people at once, right? I mean, I guess you could just break the rules and just have a bunch of masters and servants in one big battle royale map. Would that work? I don't know. That would sound interesting, though. Tosuka Rin states so, as if it's the most natural thing in the world. That phrase swirls in my head. I have been chosen as a master. Tosuka says she is a master. So now you kill her now! Stab her with a kitchen knife! Ah. Familiars called the servants, and battle to the death between other magi called the Holy Grail War.
待て、なんだそれ。いきなり何言ってんだお前。
気持ちはわかるけど、私は事実を口にするだけよ。それにあなただって心の底では理解してるんじゃない？一度ならず二度までもサーバントに殺されかけて、自分はもう逃げられない立場なんだって。
That's... Well, certainly, I was almost killed by that Lancer guy. Also, we were killed. Once.
あ、違うわね。殺されかけたんじゃなくて、殺されたんだっけ。よく生き返ったわね、エミヤくん。
Yep. Tosuka's comment finishes me off. And are you surprised we're alive? Well, I'm surprised alive again, I guess. Because she isn't surprised that we lived the first time, but she is surprised that we lived the second time. That Lancer tried to kill us. That's right. The guy killed me and I certainly died. No excuse nor negotiation was possible. I was just someone who had to be killed. So, even if I do deny this battle to the death that I cannot understand, the others in it will not withdraw. Assuming...
納得した？ならもう少しだけ話をしてあげる。
Assuming Rin is telling the truth about the whole Holy Grail War situation, which, well, we know that she is, at least, because we were playing from her perspective anyway. But I guess either way, it doesn't matter. Even if there is a Holy Grail War, even if there isn't, it doesn't change the fact that people are trying to kill us.
聖杯戦争というのが何であるか私もよくは知らない。
Oh, well, okay, so Rin also doesn't exactly know what the Holy Grail War is.
ただ何十年に一度、7人のマスターが選ばれ、マスターにはそれぞれサーバントが与えられるってことだけは確かよ。
So I guess it's just a mysterious thing that happens. It just happens. I guess that's the explanation.
私もマスターに選ばれた一人。だからサーバントと契約したし、あなただってセーバーと契約した。サーバントは聖杯戦争を勝ち残るために聖杯が与えた使い魔と考えなさい。
Master and servant. I just think of Pokemon in that case. There's a big war, we're Pokemon trainers, and we're given one Pokemon. And, well, I guess it's a more brutal form of Pokemon when you think about it, because we're literally murdering each other. Can you imagine?
ねえ、マスターである私たちは自分のサーバントと協力して他のマスターを始末していくわけね。
Yeah, can you imagine winning a Pokemon battle by murdering the other trainer? That would be pretty savage. Tosuka's description is too brief for me to understand. There's one thing I do wonder about.
ちょっと待ってくれ。遠坂はセイバーを使い魔だって言うけど、俺にはそうは思えない。だって使い魔っていうのは猫とか鳥だろ。そりゃ人の幽霊を扱うやつもいるって言うけど、セイバーはちゃんと体がある。それにとても使い魔なんかに見えない。
Human ghosts. Again, another confirmation that I guess ghosts just exist in this world of magic. I glance at Saber. Saber is quietly listening to our conversation. And, well, no input from her, I guess, at the moment anyway. She looks just like a human being. I don't know her identity, but she's a girl about my age.
使い魔ね。まあサーバントはその分類ではあるけど、位置づけは段違いよ。何しろそこにいる彼女はね、使い魔としては最強とされるゴーストライナーなんだから。
Ghost liner? Okay, another term.
ゴーストライナー。じゃあやっぱり幽霊ってことか？
And she's like really strong. At least that's what we've been told. A ghost liner. A human ghost that stopped living a long time ago. The remaining minds of those with strong abilities who remain in this world even after they die. But that doesn't make any sense. A ghost doesn't have a body. A ghost can only be hurt by other ghosts. So, as I have a body, ghosts shouldn't be able to kill me.
幽霊。似たようなものだけど、そんなもんと一緒にしたらセイバーに殺されるわよ。
Okay, so she's not exactly a ghost, though she's called a ghost liner?
サーバントは受肉した過去の英雄。精霊に近い人間以上の存在なんだから。
Right, heroic spirits.
はあ？受肉した過去の英雄。
そうよ。過去だろうが現代だろうが、とにかく死亡した伝説上の英雄をこう引っ張ってきてね、実体化させるのよ。
A legendary hero from the past, or the present, or whenever? Or the future? Can you call him like a future hero?
まあ、呼び出すまでがマスターの役割で、後の実体化は聖杯がしてくれるんだけどね。
Roll a master summon them. And wouldn't a future hero be overpowered? Wouldn't they have like laser guns, you know? Pew pew pew, and everyone dies.
魂を形にするなんてのは、一回の魔術師には不可能だもの。
But I guess this is...
強力なアーティファクトの力におんぶしてもらうってわけ。
Oops, almost. I keep accidentally talking over the voice acting. Shouldn't do that. But I guess like a future hero. wouldn't be a huge advantage because this is all magic, right? Technology and magic, I believe we were told, are different.
ちょっと待て。過去の英雄って、
I look over at Saber. And then she's a heroine from the past too? Well, it's true that nobody would dress like that now, but still.
そんなの不可能だ。そんな魔術聞いたことがない。
当然よ。これは魔術じゃないもの。あくまで聖杯による現象と考えなさい。そうでなければ魂を再現して固定化するなんてできるはずがない。
So it isn't magic? I mean, what do you call it? A miracle?
魂の再現って。じゃあそのサーバントは幽霊とは違うのか？
違うわ。人間であれ動物であれ機械であれ、偉大な功績を残すと輪廻の輪から外されて一段階上に昇華するって話聞いたことない？
I guess that's just a thing in this world. Any humans, animals, and machines too. How can you summon like? I mean, we were talking about. I was talking about like future heroes. Can you just summon like a big old robot as a hero? Is that a thing?
英霊っていうのはそういう連中よ。
Heroic spirits.
要するに崇め立て祀られて疑似的な神様になった者たちなんでしょうね。高霊術とか口寄せとかそういう一般的な霊を扱う魔術は彼らの力の一部を借り受けて奇跡を起こすでしょ。けどこのサーバントっていうのは英霊本体を直接連れてきて使い魔にする。だから基本的には霊体としてそばにいるけど必要とあらば実体化させて戦わせられるってわけ。
その霊体と実体を使い分けられるってことか。遠坂のサーバントは姿が見えないけど今は霊体ってことか。
いえ、あいつはうちの召喚人で傷を癒している最中よ。さっきセイバーにやられたでしょ。あれだってあと少し強制撤去が遅かったら一撃で消滅してたわ。
So I guess Archer is out of action right now.
いい？サーバントを倒せるのは同じ霊体であるサーバントだけ。そりゃ相手が実体化していればこっちの攻撃も当たるからうまくすれば倒せるかもしれない。けどサーバントはみんな怪物じみてるでしょ。だから怪物の相手は怪物に任せてマスターは後方支援をするっていうのがセオリーね。
Yep, just like Pokemon. Anyway, Tosaka's explanation irritates me for some reason. He calls them monsters, pocket monsters. No, I don't know about the other servants, but that figure of speech doesn't suit Saber.
とにかくマスターになった人間は召喚したサーバントを使って他のマスターを倒さなければならない。そのあたりは理解できた？
言葉の上でなら。けど納得なんて言ってないぞ。そもそもそんな悪趣味なことを誰が何のために始めたんだ？
Yeah, we don't know.
それは私が知るべきことでもないし答えてあげることでもない。そのあたりはいずれちゃんと聖杯戦争を監督しているやつに聞きなさい。私が教えてあげられるのはね、あなたはもう戦うしかなくてサーバントは強力な使い魔だからうまく使えってことだけよ。
Tosaka says so and now turns to Saber.
さて、エミヤ君から話を聞いた限りじゃあなたは不完全な状態みたいね、セイバー。
ええ、あなたの言う通り私は万全ではありません。
Full form shows she can be even more powerful?
シローには私を実体化させる魔力がないため霊体に戻ることも魔力の回復も難しいでしょう。
驚いたわ。そこまでひどかったこともだけどあなたが正直に話してくれるなんて思わなかった。どうやって弱みを聞き出そうかなって程度だったのに。
敵に弱点を見抜かれるのは不本意ですが、あなたの目は欺けそうにない。こちらの手札を隠しても意味はないでしょう。
So, I mean, technically, Saber's the strongest servant, but maybe it's because we're the weakest master. We're at a disadvantage because of that.
それならばあなたに知ってもらうことで、シローにより深く現状を理解してもらった方がいい。
正解。風格も十分と。もう、ますます惜しい。私がセイバーのマスターだったら、こんな戦い勝ったも同然だったのに。
Not too bad, you're stuck with Archer.
遠坂。それ、俺がふさわしくないってことか。
Yep, pretty much.
当然でしょ、ヘッポコ。
Oh well. Wow, she just said something that any normal person would have trouble saying.
何？まだなんか質問があるの？
And she doesn't realize it. Her honor student image from the school crumbles inside of me. Good going, Issei. Tosaka certainly shows no openings, just like a devil.
さて、話がまとまったところで、そろそろ行きましょうか。
Tosaka suddenly says something strange.
行くってどこへ？
Where are we going?
だから、あなたが巻き込まれたこのゲーム、聖杯戦争をよく知っているやつに会いに行くの。エミヤくん、聖杯戦争の理由について知りたいんでしょ？
Just calling this a game. A life or death game, I guess.
それは当然だ。けど、それってどこだよ？
Yeah, it's past my...
こんな時間なんだし、あんまり遠いのは。
Yeah, it's past my bedtime, Rin. I gotta go to sleep and go to school and...
大丈夫。隣町だから急げば夜明けまでには帰ってこれるわ。それに明日は日曜なんだから別に夜更かししてもいいじゃない。
I guess so.
いや、そういう問題じゃなくて。
It's just that a lot of things happened today, so I want to have a rest and think about them.
何？行かないの？もうエミヤくんがそう言うんならいいけど、セイバーは？
Tosaka asks Saber.
ちょっと待て。セイバーは関係ないだろう。あんまり無理強いするな。
もうマスターとしての自覚はあるんだ。私がセイバーと話すのは嫌？
What's with that face?
そんなことあるか。ただ、遠坂の言うのが本当なら、セイバーは昔の英雄なんだろ？なら、こんな現代に呼び出されて、右も左もわからないはずだ。だから、
シロ、それは違う。サーバントは人間の世であるのなら、あらゆる時代に適応します。
知ってるって、本当に？
もちろん。この時代に呼び出されたのも、一度ではありませんから。
Not the first time.
嘘。どんな確率よそれ。
Oh hey, Tosaka is surprised too. So that must mean Saber did say something incredible. Because if we were surprised and she wasn't, then we're the stupid one.
シロ、私は彼女に賛成です。あなたはマスターとして知識がなさすぎる。あなたと契約したサーバントとして、シロには強くなってもらわなければ困ります。
Saber stares at me silently. It's a gentle stare that's worried not for herself, but for me.
わかった。行けばいいんだろ、行けば。で、それってどこなんだ、遠坂。ちゃんと帰ってこれる場所なんだろうな。
I guess we're gonna go see the overseer? Is he the person responsible for the Holy Grail War, or?
もちろん。行き先は隣町の琴峰教会。そこがこの戦いを監督してるエセ神父の居所よ。
Osaka makes an evil smile. It looks like she's having fun dragging me around while I don't know anything. It might be prejudice, but I'm beginning to feel like there's a problem with her personality. Is there?